Harry, come on. So have you ever wondered why film is so expensive and you think, geez, I wish I'd like to film, but it's very expensive and it's a bit of a hassle. And you think to yourself, well, I wish I could do something about that. I wish I could get into the film. I wish I could get into the look of film. So I've got a solution. I've done these before with the Film Simulations. Yeah, so a company reached out to me called Dehancer software. Yeah, you got your little tippy tail. And they said if I wanted to try out their new thing called, well, it's not new, it's been around for about 6 months, I think. Dehancer Film. So basically it's a film simulation. It's plug-in though, so you need Lightroom or Capture One, or I list what you need anyway. But anyway, they reached out to me and said, hey, do you want to have a go at it and make a video? I said, oh, well, why not? I've never done one of these before, so because I like digital and I like film, and if I can, the best of both worlds, I can marry those two together. Bargain. Jerry, you got your tippy tail there. So what I'm going to do then is I'm just going to walk around Parramatta. It's jacaranda season. So if you don't know what jacaranda is, jacaranda, I think it's a South American tree, but for some reason Australia has heaps of them, and it's just beautiful purple flowers. So what I'm going to do is take some photos. Jerry, you got the little tippy tail. Take some photos of this, because this reminds me of like the 70s for some reason. And like old film. Yeah, everyone had a jacaranda in their backyard in the 70s. So I was thinking I might do a little photo walk, take some photos on my OMD EM10 Mark II, because that's the most film looking 70s retro camera I've got. And I'll run it through the Dehancer plugin on Lightroom. Jerry, you got your tippy tail. We'll see what kind of photos come out of it. Yeah, film simulations on digital, it's obviously not the same. Nothing's going to give you that film look quite as good as actually shooting film. That goes without saying. Yeah, they're getting pretty close these days with the Fuji simulations inside the Fuji cameras. You got those ones. I've done this before actually. I went on a photo walk with my EM10. And I used the Film Pack 6 by DxO Photo Lab. The thing is with the Photo Lab, you get it's a standalone, whereas this Dehancer is a plug-in for the other applications, you know, like Lightroom and whatever. So that's the only thing. You need to have the other applications that goes with it. Unfortunately, I don't have for Lightroom. So I've had to download it. Jerry! Yeah, I'm going to install it and give it a go. I just don't use Lightroom. I don't like the monthly subscription crap that goes with it. Dehancer. I keep forgetting. So just remember, most people want to enhance their photography. These guys want to dehance your photography. It's a bit of a play on words, I guess, because what they're doing is they're taking a perfectly normal, perfectly sharp digital image and they're ripping it apart and giving it the old school film look. So what we're really doing then is just taking a digital image and running it through their algorithm. Now they reckon, their algorithm is supposed to be good. Now you might know these guys from the DaVinci Resolve. They're really well respected for film, the film plug-in on DaVinci Resolve to get that film look, with the grain, and they reckon they use some sort of algorithm rather than have a layer on top like of scratches and grain and whatever. They use some algorithm anyway that is tailored to each photo, each frame of the footage. So I think they might have brought that over to the film one that they've come out with. Sorry? Oh yeah, it's a film camera, yeah. It's the OG. It's the original gangster. Get yourself a nice looking film retro camera and the Olympus OMD EM10 Mark II can give the Fuji a run for its money, if you ask me. I've always said that. And it's way cheaper than the bloody X100V or the XT1, 2, 3 and 4 and now 5, although I do want one. It's Olympus did make retro looking cameras. Have a look, put a little leather strap on there, a strap on, and then Bob's your uncle, you've got yourself a retro camera. Run it through the Dehancer plug-in and there you go. You got film retro. Jerry, you're making me dizzy. You got film retro heaven in a digital format. No hassle, no chemicals, no nothing. Jerry, who's that? Doggy. Careful, Jerry, careful. So Fuji has its own simulations, and even some of the standalone applications have their own LUTs. I guess you call them LUTs or lookups or presets. These are just advanced presets, I guess, for the film look. So they've, like Photolab film pack, they've researched what as close as they can to get the look of that particular film stock, whether it's Kodak Gold or Fuji Velvia or whatever. That's what they've tried to do. So nice shot here. Jerry, look. You see all the heritage? Heritage Jerry. So I saw one video where the girl took an exact photo on like Portrait 400, and then she used the Portrait 400 film simulation from Dehancer. It was kind of the same, not exactly, but the beauty of this thing is it's a plug-in that goes into Lightroom, so you can still tweak things like really advanced. You can take a digital photo, run it through the plug-in, and then you can use all the sliders and the tweakers to try and match it exactly, and then you can save that preset. Here's my favourite tree. Jerry. Oh, what's the matter, Jerry? Oh, Jerry, you get scared of the bird? Or you're thirsty? Alright, we better go, Jerry. You're threatening. Alright, let's just take one more shot here, Jerry. After you've installed the application, you need to go to Edit, Preferences, and then you can add it as an external editor. So what they recommend is to actually do some tweaking in Lightroom first, you know, your exposure and what have you. And then all you got to do is right click, Edit in Dehancer, and just say make a copy, yes. And the menu system is really simple. It's just got the standard sliders. You've got all your film types on the left hand side. They're kind of like presets of that actual film stock. And then on the right hand side you've got all the sliders and all the fine tuning that you can do. So like I said, this application is a little bit more advanced in the sense that you can do a lot more with it. So the main thing really is picking the film stock. Agfa, Cinestill, Fuji Provia, you know, everything. It's got 67 film stocks so far. I mean, even some weird ones like that purple one, Loma Chrome, and then the standard ones that everyone knows, like Ultramax 400, Velvia 100. So at the top here, it tells you what you've just picked, and then you can push and pull. Now that's mucks around with the contrast more than the actual exposure. It does say EV, but I think it does more of contrast and exposure. On the right hand side is where all the fine tuning goes. So you've got temperature control if you want to change that. Expand, you can change your black points. There's another thing called print. I guess that's what it looks like when you print it on those different types of papers. The main thing are these three here. Film grain, halation, and bloom. That's the thing that makes these guys unique out of all the other ones that are out there. Now I've looked at the film grain for Dehancer, and it's probably one of the best ones I've seen. It's very natural. It's not over the top. It's not like just, you know, mashing all the pixels together. This seems very intuitive, and you got a lot more control over the film grain. For instance, the mid-tones, I'll bring that down. That's one of the good things about Dehancer is these three things here. What halation is, it's like what would you say? It's like chromatic aberration on steroids. It gives you kind of that red glow, I'll show you, around like all the highlights. You know, like when you see at night, that kind of red glow aberration around all the street lights and things like that. So you can see there, I'll show you. Turn it on and off, and overall, even though it's subtle, you can bring it down a bit. It does add that kind of retro 1980s look to the photo. Let's go to Kodak Gold 200, and what bloom does, it just like bloom. It just gives you that glow. It's almost like a soft filter glow to it, and they call it bloom. So if you see there, bloom. Like I said, if you put the mask on, it tells you where it's doing it. Turn the mask off, and you give that kind of soft overglowing. And when you add them all together, film grain, you get that overall look. And then up here you've got the usual, get rid of the histogram, 1:1, and you can see what it was like. Turn it on, turn it off. Okay, so that's it. Big thanks to Dehancer for giving me the application to test it out. I had a lot of fun with it. It's always good to see that there are companies doing this kind of thing, film simulations. I'm experienced with the DxO Film Pack 6 one, and compared to that, I think this is a little bit more advanced. I think mainly because of those three different things, the halocene, the film grain, and that bloom thing. Especially the halocene one and the film grain, because that has a lot of, you can have a lot of control with it. So now the DxO film pack's a lot cheaper, and also it's standalone, so there's that to consider. With this you need the Lightroom Affinity Capture One because it's a plug-in, so that's the only thing. If you do use those applications, then yeah, this is a perfect fit for you if you really like the film simulations. They've got 67 at the moment. I think that's growing. Go to the website, it's all down there. They've given me an affiliation too, so you get 10% off, and my code is ROBDIDO, ROBDIDO. So if you want to get 10% off, if you want to buy it, I think it's $199 US, so it's a little bit more than the DxO. Or you can, I think you can buy it with the DaVinci, the film, the movie plugin as a package. Or you can buy this one for photography only as separate. Like I said, these guys are really well known for their DaVinci film look, the film look thing that you can do with video. So, and now they've got this photo version that you can just apply to just photos. So it's good to see that there are software out there that can do this, and for people who want to shoot film. But I've got a digital camera. This is my classic retro limited edition EM10 Mark II with the brown lever. So, walk around town pretending you're a film hipster, and then take it home, run it through the old computer and through their plug-in, and you get a nice film look. So, hey, where did you come from? These guys let me talk about it. They didn't say I had to say anything special about it. They just let me test it on my own terms. So that's my honest opinion of it. So if you want, test it, download it for free. I think you get a month actually to test it out for free, and then you can buy it with the code. Anyway, thanks for that, Jerry. Did you enjoy our photo walk? Yes, Jerry. Anyway, you like the film, don't you? You like the film simulation, Jerry. I'm going to take this out probably next. This is a real film camera, so none of this simulation. It's my EE pen, the one that broke, and it's a half frame. It only shoots at 140 speed, so I'm going to try and pick a really cloudy day and shoot 24 times 2, so 48 shots at 140 speed. Hey Jerry, it's going to be a challenge. Yes, that's the beauty of film. It's always a challenge. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next one. Did you go for a big walk? Huh? We went for a big photo walk, Jerry. Yes, I know. Yes, you got tired. Yes, good girl. You saw all the jacaranda trees, and you had fun? Yes, you had fun. Good girl, Jerry. Yes, you're getting better now, aren't you? It's a good girl, puppy. Yes, you're a good